Ooh, yeah. Rest assured, Miss Open is fire. Daily categories lifting you higher. Pull up, jump out, open the door. Stay in the know is what we're here for. Non-stop news with traffic jams, it's true. Join the ride, make it do what it do. Opinionated news is here for you. Hot topics dropping, always something new. Stop by the station, speak your mind. Become a traffic jam and leave the noise behind. Opinionated news is the place to be. Hot topics firing, come and join me. I'm Miss Open, ready to claim wealth. Dropping news and gems like I never left. Views that matter, each voice is heard. Let's jam this traffic and spread the word. Discussion's top tier, put your clutch in gear. Buckle up, I'm driving the news all day, every day, getting to the views. Yeah. Opinionated news is here to stay. So beep beep, now get out the way. Remember Miss Open and opinionated news is fire. Like and subscribe to become a traffic jammer. This something is fire. Daily categories lifting you higher. Pull up, jump out, open the door. Stay in the know is what we're here for. Non-stop news with traffic jams is true. Join the ride, make it do what it do. Opinionated news is here for you. Hot topics dropping, always something new. I'm Miss Open, ready to claim wealth. Dropping news and gems like I never left. Views that matter, each voice is heard. Let's jam this traffic and spread the word. Discussion's top tier, put your clutch in gear. Buckle up, I'm driving the news all day, every day, getting to the views. Opinionated news is here to stay. So beep beep, now get out the way. Remember Miss Open and opinionated news is fire. Like and subscribe to become a traffic jammer.
Hello, welcome to Opinionated News. 1 second, let me make myself smaller. You can try to see my name. Come in, we're always open. I'm Miss Open. And tonight you're tuned in to Open Understands Too, the out segment. Now, I want to start out by saying we were supposed to talk about Shannon Sharpe tonight. I pushed that to tomorrow. Last night after my live, I was scrolling on Facebook and I came across Lisa Carter, which she is sort of partnered with Mark DeAndre Live. And she said it was a baby online screaming out for help. And her title was, I Want to Be Heard. And she was here in Detroit. Well, she is from here in Detroit. Her story happened here. And she now is in North Carolina with her grandparents. And so this is an 8-part story. I had to break it down. She went live. Her father went live. Her sister even went live. I wasn't able to get all her sister footage, so I didn't even bring the sister in. Now, unfortunately, her name is Elena. And she goes by the name of Nae Nae. She is 15 years old. She said she'll be 16 next month. She has been enduring this abuse since she was 10. She just made it to North Carolina, basically November of 2024. She has 4 younger siblings, and I believe 4 or 5 younger siblings. Let me recorrect that. But Elena's dad had passed away when she was a baby. Her original biological father passed away when she was young. So it's another gentleman that has stepped in, which is her younger siblings' father. They stepped in. He stepped in, and he's her dad, is all she knows. But I'm going to start playing clips of Elena's story. She wants her story to be heard. I don't want to tell her story, but I'm going to play just the intro clip, and then I'm going to read the post that she made online. It is a long post alert, so it's probably going to take me a good 3 to 5, maybe even 10 minutes to read it. I believe I have it in 7 different screenshots. Hey, Raquel, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I'm going to start out by just playing a little 47-second clip of, her name is Elena, and she goes by Nae Nae, 15 years old, from Detroit, Michigan, has been abused by her stepfather at the hands of her mother in a way for the last 5 years. So I just want to play the clip. It's an 8-part series, but I have it broken down to 2 3-minute clips. I'll come back online. We'll discuss what we heard, and we'll continue to flow through the conversation tonight. But I'm going to start out with Elena's story when I get to it. Thank you.
I watched people do story times. I watched people tell other people their stories and have the other people tell the public about their stories, more viral people, so that they could go viral and get out of the situation they were in. I want to be like that. I want to be able to speak my mind. I don't want to keep having to close my mouth and have tears run down my face every single time.
Now, I also want to let you all know, I'm going to flash my disclaimer as I talk for 1 second. I want to let you all know, if you trigger warning, I've been crying all day copying and having to cut down the story. I woke up restless this morning, but I do want to let everyone know this is for news reporting and educational purposes, and Elena wants her story to be told. Now, I'm going to go ahead and play her first clip. It's 3 minutes. As you see, she's only 15, a meek, somber. It took her courage to get out here and tell her story. And her story, she's currently safe though right now, but her siblings may not be. And if she is actually right now 15. Her younger brothers are 12, I believe 7, 5, and then she also has a little sister that is 2. But we're going to play the first clip of Elena's story so she can tell her truth. And hopefully she can get some help.
She met him. At first, stuff was cool, stuff was fine. Then, she started to allow him to put his hands on her. And I remember at first she was real a big no on that. She was like, I'm not gonna let you hit my kids. But he started to manipulate her into letting him and telling her to let him do what he needs to do to discipline us and whoop us and whatever he wanted to call it. When he started to hit us, it wasn't just me. I know I'm in my status, I made it mostly about me. That's because I was speaking from my point of view. But it was my brothers too. My brothers, James, Jr., and Jordan, they all got hit. They 12, 9, and 7 now. They were so I was 10, they were 6, 4, and 2. And he started hitting Jordan when he was 2, and that really scared me because I knew from then that stuff was going to get real and stuff was going to get even harder from there, because that's when I started to see him for who he really was, not just the nice act that he put on when he first met us. It wasn't just us he mistreated, it was my mom too, because when they was first together, he cheated on her more than once and called her out her name and screamed at her and everything. I wasn't even there when this happened, but my brothers told me about how my aunt had to come over to protect them when he was yelling at my mom when she caught him cheating or whatever. And it wasn't just us, but he hit us, and he made it so hard. He did everything in his power. He did everything in his power to make it hurt. He wanted it to hurt because he didn't only just use belts. He used the slats on our beds, the wooden slats, the long sticks, the little flat sticks. He used them to hit us in our hand, and he would even hit us in our arms and stuff. And I remember when I went to school one day after he hit us, I couldn't use my hand to write. I had to use my left hand, and I usually write with my right hand, but that's how I learned to write with my left hand, because I had to use it. I didn't have a choice. So that's how I learned to use my left hand. That's how I came, what is it called? Don't know what it's called. But not only that, but he did it to my brothers too. And I said Jordan, it scared me when he started to do Jordan, because that's when I knew stuff was gonna get real. That is what scared me the most. I didn't care about getting hit. I cared about my siblings more. I cared about their well-being and everything. He hit Jordan the most, I think, because he wanted Jordan to be brainwashed into thinking that if he don't do the right thing, then he's going to get hurt. Which is not true, because he's only little. He's only a little kid. He's 2 years old at this time.
Okay. We're going to have to break her story down. I see my comments. I'm going to go ahead and to them. Thank you for being here once again, Raquel. Hey, Platt. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you all. And to my bush watchers, one of them probably my sister that can't get in. She don't know how to chat, but thank you. Now, she is currently, I'm going to flash my little thumbnail up here as I talk. Her name, one moment, let me make sure I get to the thumbnail. Here we go. His name is Sidney Cheatham. I'm going to move your comment, Raquel, one moment. I apologize. His name is Sidney Cheatham. And her name is Dewala Cheatham. They are married. I know they have been together at least since Elena have been 10. Minimum. Not sure, it could have started earlier. But we're also going to hear from her not biological dad, but we're going to hear from the dad of her younger siblings, the 3 little brothers she speaks of. Sidney and Dewala has a child as well. It's a little girl, and she's 2 years old. Now, in a moment, I want her to tell her story before I read her long post that she put online. I'm going to take them down now. But yes, she is currently still with the mom. The man. That's her husband. Now, when Elena came out with her story last night, which since the post has been removed, but she came up there defending herself, saying her daughter is lying. And when we hear what the father has to say, it's going to prove that this baby isn't lying. She got the baby away to silence the baby. In a moment, you will hear how she tells how she was driven from Detroit, Michigan, all the way down to some part of North Carolina, 10 hours nonstop. This case is, it's very sad. She has reached out to police and she's ran away. CPS has been involved, but they keep sending her back. And that's the reason her mom pretty much got her away. But she's afraid for her younger brothers. She's afraid for her younger brothers and her little sister, which the little sister does belong to the dad. But when you hear, to the stepdad, when you hear the things, when I read it, she didn't say too much on that. Now, I had to chop the story down. She was live for 42 minutes. The dad was live for 2 hours and 40-something minutes. So I had to chop the story down. And we may have to do a part 2 of this and bring the rest of it out tomorrow if it continues on. Now, Raquel said, is that a bag of dreads on his head? Is it? We don't know. But the other dad, she might have a type or something, because the dad of her 3 boys before him, he got long locks. We're going to see him in a moment. But I believe the next clip of Elena's story, she's going to pick up where she says she believes her little brother is being brainwashed by the stepfather. So we're going to pick up at part 2. It's a 2-minute video. And we're going to go ahead and let Elena tell her story.
If he get hit, every time he do something wrong, he's going to be scared to speak his mind and do what he want to do when he get older, as he is now. He's scared to even tell mama stuff. He come to me. And that's why mama, she started to make it seem like that I was trying to be a parent to my brothers, when really I was just trying to be there for them, because they was already scared to talk to her about stuff before because of him. And so I gave him the courage. I'm trying to give them the courage to speak their mind like I do. Well, like I'm starting to, because even I was scared for a long period of time, and it did take me a while to get on here and say what I needed to say. And then it started to get even more real when I turned 12, and he started touching on me and making me take my clothes off more than I should have to. And then I seen him touch my little sister, and it made, I don't want my sister to be in that kind of environment. I don't want her to grow up and be scared of her own father because he's touching her. I don't want her to grow up and be in that. And I know my mom knew something was wrong, or she suspected something, but she blamed it solely on me. She made me take a pregnancy test on my cycle. It made no sense at all. And I always, all the time, just thinking in my head, like, why doesn't my mom believe me or love me? Or anything. I am somewhere safe. I'm with my grandparents now. She sent me down here to try to keep my mouth shut, silence me, stop me from getting away from going to my family house. To stop me from talking to my family. But really, it just opened my eyes even more. And when I learned how powerful, how powerful the internet is, how much it can help me, I got the courage to do what I needed to do.
All right. Welcome, Vibes. Thank you for being here. And yes, Raquel, she is such a brave little girl. The comments, her story instantly went viral real fast. I know when I checked last, I think I got my last little screenshots. She was at 200 and something K, and like she had to secretly make this page. The grandparents that she's living with don't know anything, but now that we've heard a little bit of Elena, I want to read her parts of her story because it's very long, so I have to chop the videos up in the story. And when I say she wrote it very well, she has punctuation everywhere where it's supposed to be. The baby is intelligent, and I'm sorry that this is even happening to her, but she wants her voice to be heard, and something needs to be done. And if y'all see me shedding some tears, I'm an empath to this. Open understands too. Even though, like I said, I've never been molested. I never, had those things, but I have family members that have, so it touches my soul. But I am going to read what Elena, some of her started with the beginning of her post. She said, I wanted to come out here and say everything I've been feeling lately. I know I'm here and none of you know me except the people I tagged, but it took me almost 8 months to be ready to say this, to get get this out there. And now that my mom can't prevent me, I'm saying it now. I have lived a life full of lies, abuse, mental and physical, and depression. It started when I was maybe 10. I was taken home from my dad's house and really didn't want to go home. My mom had a new boyfriend and I liked him at first. He was cool and nice to us and he didn't do too much. But over a short time, stuff quickly started to change. He started hitting me and my brothers. Not with just his hands, but with things like wooden slats from our beds, switches from the tree branches, and thick belts that he could find. At first, my mom was against it, and I remember she was because one time he was making my brothers take the trash out. They were 6 and 4, and it was really dark outside, and they were scared, and I was scared for them. But he made them, threatening them with a belt. My mom said not to torture them, her exact words. And he said to be quiet. And they needed to be disciplined correctly and hit or whooped all the time so they would learn to listen. As soon as he got the freedom to hit us, my mom took, she put in quotation marks, my mom took a while to give it to him, but she got manipulated. He found every little thing to put us in trouble for, making us stand in the corner for hours, all day one time, and hitting us every chance he got. He started to hit my youngest brother by our dad, who was 2, almost 3. Back to the night, I told my dad everything, explaining I was going through and that I wanted to live with him because the most hitting, I'm sorry, y'all, small and my phone a little broke. I can read, y'all, I promise. And my eyes watering because I'm trying not to cry because, yeah, so pray for me. But she said, I told my dad everything, explaining what I was going through and that I wanted to live with him because let me keep my finger on the cake. The most hitting him or even his side of the family had ever done was thump me on the forehead, maybe once or twice. When we heard all of this, he wanted us out of that house, out of the environment, and away from that man. He banged on the door, even kicked it, telling my mom to bring his kids. Sydney, my mom's husband slash husband now, boyfriend at the time. I got to get to the second part, and I'm going to stop after I read that little piece. Believe he is in the profile picture. My dad ran back to me. I was in the car, and I asked him for his phone. I think I missed the part. Let me see. Make sure. No, that's the second part she said. But I'm going to pause there for a moment because as I am getting emotional trying to read that, and it's small. Like the baby, my phone broke for one. But the baby wrote, it's 6 pages of this. And we're going to get to her next part of her story. I'm going to try to read a little story between the clips. And I believe the next part of her story, which will be part 3, is hers, only 48 seconds. And then I'm going to read the rest, another page, and we're going to get to the dad. So here's part 3.
Still my mom. I can still help them, even if I can't help myself. I know that my dad is not my biological dad, and I know they're going to try to use that against against him to try to prevent him from getting me. I'm sorry, I'm distracted by your comments. I'm trying to read every single comment, but they're coming in fast now. I know they're going to try to use the fact that he's not my biological father to prevent him from getting to me. And I know she's going to use that against him too. But my brothers, that's their biological dad. They can get out of that. I can help them get out of that. If I can't help myself, I can definitely help my brothers, help my siblings.
Okay. I'm going to read a little bit more of her story. Oh, it's okay. Thank you, Drea. Like if you hear Miss Open crying, it's just because I'm a little sad and touched by her story. But she's telling about the first day when she told her dad on this Facebook. And I'm going to read this, and then I'm going to show the dad. And it's a page, so it's going to take me it's real thick. Going to take me another 2-3 minutes to get through it. But she told her dad what was going on. You're going to hear exactly from him how she told him what happened. And I'm just going to read a little bit more. She said, my dad ran back to me. I was in the car, and I asked him for his phone. Let me pause there, because what happened was she was with him for the weekend. Let me just break it down a little bit. She was with him for the weekend. All her and her 3 siblings. And the 3 siblings went home earlier that day, but she wanted to stay and hang out with her cousins because she's older than the rest of them, and he let her. And when it was time to take her home, getting ready for the school week, this altercation happened, which prevented her from being able to see her dad. She's going to continue to tell the story, so we'll hear it. But she said, my dad ran back to me. I was in the car, and I asked him for his phone. He gave it to me, and I called the police. I must have skipped some of her story or something, because it ain't adding up. Or did my phone jump and do something crazy? Because her story is long. Nope, I got it in order. Okay. But she said she called the police. Oh, Lord, hold on. Oh, my gosh, y'all. This is jumping everywhere. Okay. My mom kept telling me to come in the house, but I was really scared that someone was going to die, to not be here anymore, because her husband had that firearm and he was pointing it at us. My mom lied to the police and told them that my dad kicked the door open with a firearm, which was not true, because he left his in the car on the seat. The police handcuffed my dad, putting him in the back seat of the car in front of me and my brothers. And put me in the front, asking me questions. Despite all of this, despite my obvious distress, they forced me to stay with my mom. And so the abuse got worse. We moved away, and when I turned 12, things got harder. I did sneak and make an Instagram so I can talk to my dad and tell him everything that was going on. And I got caught the day of my 12th birthday. My mom hit me and pushed me to the floor, making me hit my head on one of my brother's toys. And when I explained to her the next day everything I was feeling and why I did what I did and said what I said and why I didn't want to live there, she started calling me crazy and stupid, saying that my dad didn't love me or care about me and that they didn't want any of us. She constantly, even to this day, threw it in our face because she knew it hurt. After that day, stuff started to change. And one day, my mom's husband made me take off all of my clothes except my underwear to whoop me. He made me bend over on the bed, and I was so scared that he was going to do something else other than whoop me. Because every time between the hits, he'd tell me to keep my head forward, and he'd stand there not moving, just looking. He found every reason to put me in trouble and to do this, saying that if I told anyone, especially my mom, he'd take us out or hurt me, flashing his firearm and balling up his fist all the time, until one day he actually touched me. It was the day when I got in trouble at school. I told a boy through a Google document. I got to take it down because if I don't, I can't read it. Okay. I told a boy through a Google document that I was done, ready to end my life. I guess the school saw it and called my mom. So, welcome, Warrior. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Let me make sure I ain't miss nothing else. We're talking about 9-year-old Elena from Detroit. Got taken down to North Carolina to be silent. She's staying with her grandparents for the last 8 months, but she's been abused by her stepfather as well as her mother. And her little brothers and her little sister is still with them as they are still married. And so now we're actually going to hear from the dad. Now he is a street dude. He got a lot of energy. He's very passionate, and you can tell that he loves his kids. He has 3 parts that I'm going to break down. I think the first clip may be about 3 minutes, and then we'll stop and talk a little more and get to and read a little more of Elena's story because it's all going to tie together. So let me get to his story. This is part 4.
Like, I ain't even finna get on here and try to just straight defend my honor or tell no nothing but what the truth is, bro. Anybody in speculation talking about where the daddy at? I'm the daddy. I'm the pappy. I don't play that shit about my kids, bro. My daughter told me what the fuck had happened this before the touching or anything, bro. That shit just broke my fucking heart, bro. That shit broke my heart into pieces, bro. Because I'm knowing that in my baby head, she felt like, where the fuck is my father? Where is the daddy that I know? Like, where's this nigga at? Like, what he gonna do? This shit ain't no, bro. They put the police on me instantly, bro. I went in that bitch, bro. I did go in the crib. Nigga, I did bang that bitch down. He did fuck the door open. He did fuck the door. He opened the door. I banged that bitch down. I'm banging on it. Nigga, get my kids coming up out this bitch, bro. My kids coming up out. I'm ready to do something to my baby mama. I'm ready to whack everybody. I don't even got my gun on me because it's in a car somewhere. I promise you, bro. This nigga is a peon. I never, not once, intended on even using a weapon to do nothing to this nigga, bro. I get my kids for the week how I regularly get my kids, bro. I get my kids, right? But I get them through my mama and them. Y'all go over there and get the babies. You know, clockwork. It's regular shit. Go get the kids. You feel me? They go get the kids with me. Fast forward to, it's time for them to go back home for the school week. I'm riding with my baby, right? I send my little sons home. I said, y'all go home. You feel me? My mama or sister, somebody took them to their mama. Took my sons to their mama. Now, my daughter, she 4 years older than everybody else, bro. My baby is 4 years older than everybody else, bro. She said, I want to stay with my cousin. Because she 4 years older than her, and I'm a good daddy, and it didn't harm shit, I said, go ahead. You can stay. Fast forward, I ain't placing the blame on nobody or none of that. My daughter was supposed to be getting dropped off by my mama or somebody, bro. I had no, you know what I'm saying? And I only told her she could stay with her cousin on the strength of that. Whoever gonna be taking you home got to be okay with that, because I knew I wasn't going to her mama house for very specific reasons. She get in the car with me. I end up having to take her home. Long story short, I'm pissed. I'm a little upset. I'm finna take her home. I got a show this night. Mind y'all, I'm rapping. Y'all ain't seen me rap since then, bro. All of this shit is because of this case. I go, boom. I take my daughter home. I pick her up from my people's crib. I'm taking her to her house.
Okay, I gotta pause it for a second. Well, not pause it, stop. Because it's long, so I had to chop it down. And I only actually recorded the first 20, 30 minutes of him, and I still had to chop it down. And he was live for 2 hours and something. And I didn't watch all of it. So like I said, we may bring a part 2 to this tomorrow. More stuff is definitely surfacing on Facebook. Not sure if it's been brought to YouTube yet, but I'm definitely bringing it here. But yes, he's speaking of taking her home. And he was about to lay hands on dude. He beating the door down. But the guy had a firearm. His firearm was in the car, luckily, because anything could have went left from there. Anything could have happened and transpired. But he's very passionate, and it's 2 more parts to what he has to say. And I want you all to, I'm going to read a little bit of what Elena has to say, and then we're going to get back to his second part. I know it's a lot going on, but I was trying to mesh it and gel it correctly. I was going to actually have this on the screen, but I ran out of time, and that's why I even had to push it back 30 minutes, because it's a lot to this story, a lot. And had to stop wiping my tears and getting myself together because it's heartbreaking for me. But I'm going to continue to read. I'm going to start back what she said she told somebody about at school. I told a boy through a Google document that I was done, ready to end my life. I guess the school saw it and called my mom to tell her. And when they picked us up from school, my mom played the voicemail for everybody to hear, laughing at me. That day, she went to have a wait. That day, she went to have a day to herself, getting her hair or nails done. I don't remember, but it was one of the two. And she told me that if I didn't change or get my act together, she'd kick me out of the house into a girl's home and make sure my sister never knew me. She was pregnant with my sister at the time, and I believe her sister's like 2 now, you all. Her husband said, I was getting a whooping when I got home, and I had a really bad feeling. When we got home, he told my brothers to stay in the living room, leading me to mine. I remember him doing what he did to me, telling me to strip and bend over. But one thing was different. He made me stand up and turn to him. He put the belt down, and that's when I knew something was about to go wrong. He grabbed my breast. I was terrified, tears falling and everything. He told me not to make a no. Y'all, let me get it together. I got to read it again. He told me not to make a single noise, gesturing toward his firearm that was on sitting on my dresser. He had only touched me twice after that day, but that wasn't the only thing he did. He choked me one day, busting a blood vessel in my eye. They made me lie on his family. Wait, they made me lie to his family and say I was holding my breath for too long. An obvious and stupid lie, but they made me tell it anyway. My mom did it to me too one day. She choked me and a blood vessel popped in the same exact eye. She hit me as well, but she choked me more and even sat on me when I was in the 7th grade because I was talking to my dad again. One day she even slapped me until my eye was black and blue, forcing me to wear makeup and a mask to school. Everyone knew something was wrong with me, and my teacher even asked me if everything was okay at home. I lied, of course, because the last time I told the school about the situation, they didn't do anything about it, sending me home. But I wasn't the only one. It was my 3 brothers too. My mom's husband hit them more than me. He spent more time just looking at me. My littlest brother, 7 now, was the one who got hit the most. And I'm going to stop there. That's the full page, and I'll get to the next page. Oh, my sister got up in here. Welcome, April. Welcome. Thank you, Vibes. Yeah, everybody can be in the bushes. I just got to tell this story because Elena wants her story to be told. And I'm trying to tell her story as best as I can by allowing her to tell her truth and still read her truth. Now, as we see, in a minute, we're going to hear about the mom, Delilah. Her name is Delilah Cheatham. And I'm going to flash that one more second, y'all. Yeah, I got to get myself together. I knew this was going to be hard. I already told my daughter. I said, girl, if you hear me in here crying on the live, don't pay me no attention. But Sydney, the stepfather is to the left. The father of, I believe, as that I know of, Delilah has 5 kids. There could be another one, but I believe it's just 5. She has one with a man that is deceased, who is Elena's dad. But the guy that we just seen the video of, he stepped up and took the real role of being her dad, along with the 3 boys that Delilah does share with him. He had a weird name on Facebook, like 2Just3 Baby J or something. So I don't know his real name, but these are the abusers: Sydney Cheatham and Delilah Cheatham. And Delilah, from what I heard, she had, and I got this from the sister. I wasn't able to clip the sister, so that's why I say I'm going to do a part 2 tomorrow. But the sister said that Delilah had Elena around the age of 14 or 15. So Delilah is only around 30 years old, maybe 31 tops. But I want to take that off of there. I see a couple of comments came in. Y'all might just be speaking. Okay. Yeah, it's tough, Drew. It's real tough out here. And Ms. Open keep having to wipe her tears. And so I believe, let me see how many more pages of her story that she wrote. It was a long post, y'all. This baby put her passion in it. When I say I might be messing up the way I'm reading her stuff, because I'm choking up and my phone a little messed up. But periods, punctuation, quotation marks. The baby is bright, very intelligent, and brave and strong from even having the courage to come out here and selfless. She could have said, "Okay, I'm safe. I'm not worried about anything else." But she's trying to fight for her younger siblings. So we're going to listen to, believe this will be part 5. Let me make sure. Yes, this is part 5. So we're going to listen to the dad finish telling his story. And there's a part 6 to another part to him telling his story as well. Let me check this comment first, make sure. Okay. Yeah, y'all just saying it's heartbreaking and stuff. Yes, yes. So let's pay part 5.
I take my daughter. I say, baby, we got to go home. We in the car, we kicking it. My baby 11 at this time, bro. We like this. I'm like this with all my kids, bro. It's no separation at this point. My baby say, Dad, I don't want to go home. Now, mind y'all, this is my daughter. It's not my son's. This is my daughter. You know, girls can be manipulative. I'm being a real nigga, bro. I failed my daughter listening to people, bro. I'm trying to be a real nigga, right? I say, why you don't want to go home so bad? You know the routine. You got to go home. You got school in the morning. She say, yeah, Dad, but I don't like being there. I said, girl, it ain't about what you like. Go ahead with all that. You know better than this. Blase split. I'm grilling her, but I'm lightweight grilling. I ain't pressing her. I'm like, what's up? You got to give me something. Talking about you don't want to go home. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because in all, if my baby hadn't said what she said and said something else, in all reality, I still probably would have broke down and been like, I'll take you to school in the morning, boom, and roll right past the house. I would have did that. I would have heard whatever from her mama, whatever from my baby mama, whatever. I'll take you to school in the morning. My baby say, he be making us stand in the corner. Here go me, being a real nigga, bro. If you know me or anything about my character, you know I'm not a surface level nigga, bro. I'm deeper than most people think, and I'm deeper than you think you know I am. It's just that simple. I tell my baby, I say, no, you can't not want to go home because he disciplining y'all. This me as her daddy. She's scared about whatever she's scared about, but she telling me surface shit. She said he make us stand in the corner. I said, no, if he tell you to stand in the corner, you stay your ass in the corner. I said, I know I'm y'all daddy, but we ain't finna play it like y'all ain't got to listen to nobody. I said, he the man in the house over there. You understand that? She talking back to me. Yeah, I understand. I said, y'all need discipline. And by him being the man of the house, I'm not there every day when y'all need structure and order. If he say do this or don't do that, do this or don't do that. It's just that simple. I understand. Cool. She get to telling me more shit. She getting a little relaxed. She telling me other shit, how he whooped. I said, no, he ain't whoop y'all with nothing. He ain't whooped y'all. She's like, no, not really. He spanked us a few times and woo, woo, woo. I'm thinking hard now. I'm thinking heavy because at this point in time, 5 years ago, I'm on all bullshit. I ain't even think about jail.
Okay. Welcome, Mocha. Yeah, I've been back about 2 months, girl. I've been back about 2 months. I switched up my little content. I hold open discussions. It's different discussions every day. Monday is like my open discussion Detroit. Today is open understands too, as you can see in the back. But I'm bringing this story. This wasn't even my original story, but Elena wanted her story to be out. And I wanted to make sure that it was awareness was brought here on YouTube because it's all over Facebook and probably hit TikTok and Instagram as well. I don't do those platforms. But Elena has been abused at the hands. I'm going to once again flash the parents, the abusers. She has been being abused for the last 5 years. Like this story that the dad is telling that he's passionate about and Elena is telling happened 5 years ago. Once that happened and the altercation happened, Delilah has basically kept the dad away from his children. So, and making it as Sydney as the dad, and he's disciplined, abusing not only Elena, but also Sydney. Also the 3 little brothers that are Sydney's children. He's also abusing his own 2-year-old daughter, which we're going to hear in just a moment when I continue to read Elena's story. So I'm going to read the next page. Y'all bear with me. Thank you so much, Rod. Oh, y'all know I'll be so bad about it. Those that have came in, y'all please hit the like button for me. Get me in the algorithm. And I've been getting out there a little bit. So I appreciate you. These parents are sickening. Now, we believe Delilah is young. It is alleged that she had Elena between 14 and 15. Elena is only 15, getting ready to turn 16. So the Delilah is somewhere between the age of 30 and 31. Not sure how old Sydney is. Don't care how old Sydney is. Both of them need to be locked up, thrown away. Other babies need to be safe. But while we're here and on this, thank you so much for my traffic lights, Drea. I appreciate you. Y'all not be bad with clicking my little comments. But I want to read the next page of Elena's story. I believe we might have, let's see, I think we have two more long pages after this. Now, as y'all remember, she was telling the story about how he had basically molested her. And we left off there, and she started talking about the abuse that he was doing to the abuse he was doing to the brothers as well. Thank you so much, Drea. I be trying, girl. I'm out here working my little tail off. I'm trying. Appreciate you. Now, I'm gonna start with the little brothers right at the end and get to the next page. Oh, and I already see the tears about to get ready to come. My littlest brother, 7 now, was the one who got hurt the most. Sydney found everything, I mean everything, to hit him for. Even choked him, and my brother pooped himself. My mom did things too. The oldest boy, younger than me, told me he was forced to drink mop water because Sydney lied on him and said he was playing with an unopened bottle, a bottle of water in the sink. So much stuff happened, and I know I won't get to say all of it. That new stuff will come to me. Y'all, give me a second. It will come to me later, but I want to say the most important. And my mom knew something was wrong because she started asking me if I was doing something with her husband, even making me take a pregnancy test and a drug test on my period to see if I was pregnant or smoking with him. I'm still a virgin, and I kept telling her that, but she never believes me, saying that if something is happening, it's my fault, and that if I did get pregnant or something, she'd kick me out, laughing in my face about it. I told her about me having nightmares that interfere with my sleeping and focusing in school, and she dismissed it. Sydney threatened to unalive my dad in front of us, scaring us all the time. My oldest little brother even ran away because he was tired of it, lying to my mom, saying he got into an argument with one of us and that he needed to cool down, but later telling me he was tired of Sydney and my mom hitting him. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And the only reason he came back is because he couldn't find our dad's number because it was changed. My mom panicked. Hold on. Okay, my mom panicked about it. But Sydney said it wasn't even serious. I even ran away last year. And when I told the cops about what happened, okay, I did leave some things out because I was too scared to tell them. But I told them about Sydney looking at me. They still sent me back to my mom. One day, I even caught Sydney changing my sister, and he was putting his finger in her behind. And after that, his excuses to hit and look at me got worse and more frequent. And even after all this stressfulness and me trying to open my mom's eyes to what was happening, she still made me stay. And the only reason she sent me away is because she wants control over everything. And Cindy went along with it also. Okay, it's only a little bit more, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and finish this up before we get here. Let me get back to the last sentence because there's only a little page left. Let me see what the last thing was. I can read it effectively. Okay, Sydney went along with it so that I wouldn't be able to say anything. But seeing all of these people on TikTok explaining their own situations and getting out of them made me realize how powerful the internet is and how I can change my life. And no, I don't just want freedom to do whatever I want. I'm not making anything up. I just want a normal teenage life. My dad's side always made me feel like a normal kid, and my mom and her husband, who was always trying to replace them, but it was never the same, made me feel like I was in boot camp. They even got married and sent us to our aunt, but took their own kids. That's why I believe they have more than one more daughter, you all. I just want to say that. But even took their own kids, even though they promised to include us. They only want their own little family, and I'm scared it's only a matter of time before my siblings get old enough and they go through the same thing I went through. And mostly, I'm scared for my own sister, of her going through what I didn't expect her own father to do. I don't want her to have to feel the pain, that type of pain. I'm tired of being in the situation, and I'm not about to let my siblings go through it too. So if the police can't help me, I'm going to make a change on my own. Not just for me, but for my family too. I just want to be heard. And she said, P.S. This is my real account, but my mom blocked all of my real ones to try to silence me. I tagged my fake account and tagged hers on the post. And she put some hashtags, you all. In the silence. I want my family back. CPS. Help me. Viral. Hear my voice. And then she said her mom's name is Dewally Cheatham. Look her up. And I'm sorry if I was breaking it down. Like, yeah, I done had the most tears today. That Ms. Open don't be crying about nothing. Ms. Open strong. I don't be caring about nothing. This story right here, that's why I don't really like to bring this type of thing. Y'all don't like to have fun, but it broke me down. But she want her story to be told. So yes, we're gonna tell her story. That's what opinionated news is about. And I'm gonna get to you all comments right now. Hold on. Yep, I'm gonna explain. Hold on. Let me see where I had stopped off at. Come on now, don't act up on me. There we go. All right, I see y'all saying, "Oh my gosh." Okay, you told after she told me get great. There we go. Oh yes, OMG, Lord, all that. Yes, my God, and this shit happened where it happened here in Detroit, right here in Detroit, Michigan, right where I stay. And I just I'm reading these in a second. Remember this Friday, I haven't found the time out yet, but we will be going firsthand with our live camera to London Thomas's vigil. So now I don't agree with that exactly, Drea. With the child now, as of October, I'm gonna say November because she said her dad brought her Halloween costumes. So somewhere at the end of October 2024, early November, her mom drove her, which we're gonna hear little bit more of her story. We're gonna hear the dad, and then with two more parts to her. But she said her mom put her in a car and drove her nonstop 10 straight hours from Detroit, Michigan to North Carolina. Not sure what part, but she's in North Carolina with her grandparents who have no knowledge as of before she went live yesterday, had no knowledge of this situation. So I'm not sure what she told her parents on why she was bringing Elaine. I'm quite sure she said she acting out. I can't control her no more. I don't know what to do with her. As we can see, Elena said she's still a virgin. We see how somber, meek, and we see how she's interacting with her audience. And I had to chop it down, but she was real gracious with her audience. I think I have one part. Yes, but yes, more garbage ass parents, Raquel. Horrible. And it hurts me because, I'm a single mom to my one, and my baby doesn't have that dad figure. And now I did try to replace him before she turned 8 2 times, but luckily one of them was a great guy. The other one, Eddie Johnson Jr., you can kiss my ass, but he never do nothing to my baby. He hated me. He ain't like me, okay? The baby was safe, like him and his parents and everybody, they loved on my baby. So, but once she turned 8 and I broke up with him, I made a conscious decision that I'm not dating I'll date, but I'm not getting in a real relationship again until my daughter frees herself. And I'm not saying 18, because she might not free herself till she's 19, 20, 21. But a cohabitating relationship, someone living with me, will happen once my daughter is out of my home. I don't play that. Like when I say I've been breaking down all since last night, I barely slept last night once I found the story. Remember, I got off live. I was so tired, y'all. And so that's how I get myself to sleep, scrolling Facebook and finishing my little blunts and stuff. And I get myself sleepy. And next thing you know, I run up on this story, sleepless night. I had to take a nap today. I don't even take naps like that. But yes, she's she's in North Carolina with her grandparents, you all. Yes, thank you, Platinum, for praying for the baby. Yes, she want her story to go viral. It definitely went viral on Facebook yesterday. And a lot of content creators on Facebook picked it up or whatever. I wasn't trying to rush and bring it out earlier today. I was like, I wanted to chop it down for us and do it the way I'm doing it. And also, I want her to tell her story clearly and make sure it gets out here. And so that's why I said we're most likely going to come back tomorrow, because I didn't record the last 2 hours of the daddy. Her sister has some things to say. We're going to make sure, at least from this platform, because I noticed, and I might even do a vertical, because I noticed I get a lot of more people vertical, but I might have to do one vertical instead of a StreamYard for her. to see if I can push it on YouTube to get somebody to find out about her story and get her some help. But she's actually, like she says, she's safe. But for how long? You know, her mom can come because everybody is fearful right now that her mom is going to come scoop her up, being that this story going viral. And we know how these Detroit mamas do. We've seen it. We've heard it. That's why Miss Open don't have a female friend, the freaking first in Detroit. Horrible women, trash moms. Now, it is some nice women here, but they're not on my type of level. Like the hood ghetto girls like myself or whatever, most of them are horrible, trash ass moms. And that's what I like to vibe with. You know, I want to vibe with somebody close like me. But you know, one or two good mamas, but I get my I got Southern roots. I live in Detroit. My roots come from Georgia, bred and fed, you know. So, but thank you all for being here. Yeah, we got to spread this out. She's too young to get on the panel. Yeah, like I don't want her to get on the panel. No. I just want her story to get out here. I'm going to spread it all through YouTube. Of course, I shared it on Facebook, and I might reshare it again today. Now, let's see. Oh, no. Let's see. I see somebody doing it today on here. Girl, y'all know my short term messed up. What you seen somebody? Oh, you seen somebody telling her story today. Okay. I had to think back, girl. I had to think back. Well, I'm glad. I hope more people tell her story on YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. What else? Any other platform they got out there? I can't hear this stuff every day. Too triggering. I'm sorry, Vibes. I know. It's okay. You can come back. You can just tune in for Thursday and Friday, which this Thursday I may not be able to be here. I hadn't scheduled a live yet. And I love my Thursdays. Y'all know that's my little freak nasty night. But my baby got that band rehearsal, and I know because I've been working on this stuff. I had made the stuff for my game night because I want game night to be better than with my prices right and stuff. So I might not be here Thursday, y'all. But Vibes, come back for fun and stuff. I'm going to be talking. We're going to have to do her story tomorrow. I might just have to cancel Shannon Sharp. He ain't important anyway. But he had somebody else come out about him. But let's see. Mocha said, Rock, there is, especially having a child on the panel, you have to get permission from the parent. Yeah, I don't want her on the panel. I want her story. Now, what I am going to do is when I get out there for London Thomas, now I'm going to try to see if I can get a story from one of the adults, the auntie, the grandma, the mom, the dad, the stepdad, somebody, see if I can bring that to the platform. Like hold an interview where I record it with them and bring it and, make a video and still share it live with you guys. But I will be going live on vertical form that day. But okay, now we're going to get back to the dad. This is his last part before we get back to what else Elena wanted to say. This is part 6.
That wasn't my train of thought. I'm on crash out time. But my baby ain't gave me no reason to crash out. She say, he be making it. I said, no, you got to stay your ass in the corner. She gets quiet. We ride still. We on the E-way. I look at my baby and I know she want to tell me something, but I can't. I ain't trying to squeeze her or make her uneasy because I know how adults can be with kids. I know the stigma around, oh, I'm the adult, you the kid, what I say go, and all of that shit, bro, is real. Let's stop acting like that shit ain't real, bro. Let's stop acting like that shit ain't real, bro. For everybody tell my word daddy at, bro, my kid's been manipulated, bro. My baby mama I ain't even gonna say she been manipulated. That bitch weak-minded. Y'all don't know that bitch. How y'all think y'all know that bitch, bro? I was the battery in her back. I knew that when I wasn't with her no more, whatever nigga she was going to be dealing with was going to be the battery in her back. That's the type of woman. Y'all know a woman who can't do nothing without a man? That's my baby mama. That's Dwiler for you. She can't do shit without a nigga. I'm that. I was the only other one besides him. She fucked with 3-4 different niggas in between me and him. I ain't had no problems with them niggas. I ain't had no problems with my kids telling me niggas looking at them weird or telling them shut the fuck up or they gonna blow they shit out or they daddy ain't shit. This nigga came around with all that hoe ass shit, bro. I crashed out immediately. My daughter say this. We 3 minutes away from the crib, bro. I'll never forget. We 3 minutes away from the crib. I had just licked my wood. This bitch got about 3 grams in it. I licked the wood. I say, yeah, grab your bag. Take the seatbelt off, grab the bag. Whatever. We still talking. Regular daddy-daughter shit. She say, Dad, I look at her. We getting closer to the house. My baby got tears in her fucking eyes, nigga. I say, what's wrong with you? I want to tell, I'm scared. What happened, Elena? Talk to me. Let me know what's up. He whooped us. I said, no, I know you did. You lying. She said, no, I'm not. And I regret that right now to this day more than anything, bro. Telling my daughter out my mouth, you lying. I gave the benefit of the doubt to the adult. Never doing that again. I supposed to went in there and took him. I supposed to went in there and sent him. I supposed to went in there and sent him, bro. I bangs on the door. I say, he ain't whoop y'all with a goddamn thing. She said, we got marks. I got marks. Y'all see how pick my baby is? Boom, she pulled her sleeve up. She in my passenger seat. She 11 years old. She little as fuck in the passenger seat. She lift her shit up. She grabbed the bag from the back. She showed me her arm. Nigga, she got bruises on her arm, nigga. I crashed out. It's nothing you finna tell me. It's nothing you finna tell me about my kids. Boom, 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 boom. Open the door. I hear this bitch ass nigga in there. Same way, bro. I always used to go pick up my kids, right? And he'd be in the living room or he'd be the nigga closest to the door. I hear the nigga whispering. He'd tell my baby mom, he's so scared. He was scared of any kind of contact or meeting me or even talking real face to face like real men about him being the nigga in the house around my kids. He always been a bitch about it. I ain't even finna get into that, bro.
Okay. If I apologize, my neighbors can start playing that music. I hope it don't mess up my little live stream. I don't know if y'all can hear it or not. Can y'all hear it? Because it is sort of loud back there. I might have to put me some background music in the back. I hope I don't, though. But that's the last part I got for him. It's more. I had more on my phone. I ran out of time. I'm going to find out the name. Now, Mocha, this is not her biological dad. Elena's real dad passed away sometime, and she has a sister by him. And she has a lot to say about this story. So I'm going to bring some more of that out tomorrow. I didn't get the sister information today. Now, his name on Facebook was like 23 Baby J. So I don't know his real name, but I like his passion. I can tell he loves his kids. I can tell, even though he's a street dude, he go get them kids. Like he say, he don't pick them up personally. He send mama, sister, auntie, somebody to get the kids. But that particular day, but he hadn't been able to have contact lately with the kids due to this situation. Even though it happened 5 years ago, he'd been on papers and been in jail, went to court, because when he went to that house, they got into an altercation, and they pretty much lied. The homeowners, these people, let me put them up there real quick. These people, we're going to show them as much as we can because we're trying to get justice for Elena. These people lied. Oh, I got to move your comment, Mocha. I do apologize, but I'm going to try to hold your spot. I know where I'm at. But these people lied and said that he had pulled the gun and all this stuff. And he, of course, I've chopped out the part, but he done been shot before. The dad been shot before. He done some time, a bunch of stuff. He's a street dude, so things that happened to him. So in these last 5 years, she's been having to sneak to talk to him at the hands of Sydney and Delilah. Now let me move their pictures before I've been try to find their house or something. But now Delilah is, of course, defending herself on the streets of Facebook. She was, but then she removed whatever she said. So now we're fearful for the babies. And I know, I'm not sure if y'all heard, but he even had his finger in his own daughter's behind. Sad, disheartening. Let me get back to my comments or whatever real quick, because it was after. Lord, they scroll up too fast. Lord, why do they scroll like that? I'm sorry, y'all. Oh my gosh. I know y'all was talking about Smokey Robinson and all that stuff. I want to get back there. Because I know, Smokey from Detroit. So whatever Smokey did, I believe it. The way he been grinding slow like this on the user, the way Smokey been grinding on Facebook, I believe Smokey did it. I ain't gonna lie. Okay, I read all this. I'm just gonna have to click one by one, because I know I read all that, so I can skip that. I don't know where I'm at, y'all, on my little chat. So y'all pray for Miss Open. Your vibe said she couldn't see all that every day. Yep, and we talked about all that. I can skip a little more. Detroit is making Mocha. Detroit is something else. Detroit is not a real place. It's not a real place. And the thing is, it has lovely parts to it. This is just what happens in the hood of it. The downtown area, nice. Suburbs a little more better, they're a little rough too, but they're a lot better. They look better and everything else. And on my vertical live, I was trying to ride down those that was in there. Y'all, my phone died and I ain't had my charger. And that's what happened with that vertical live. But I'm gonna start going vertical more, and I'm gonna ride y'all through the city, the good parts, because I don't want to always show the bad stuff. So we're gonna start going downtown and doing things this summer. I only got a month and 4 days, 5 days before the kid get out of school. Now, Platinum Day isn't. Don't listen to the news. Yeah, okay, I read all of that. I'm trying to catch back up. Yeah, this is where I'm at. They're coming after Smokey. Okay, and yes, she is strong, very strong. And the Grandma Platinum, unless last night and today the grandmother found out, she didn't know anything. And the other kids, most likely, I'm quite sure when she drove Elena from Michigan to Detroit, to North Carolina, she took her down there saying, "Hey, I can't control her anymore. She's having sex. She's doing this, to let the grandparents keep her. I can keep the other boys, but like Elena said, she really don't want the other three boys either, and that's why they're abusing. They just want the little girl, and which she said other kids. So I know it's a little girl. I'm not sure if it's another little boy, another little girl, or something. But she wants them to be a family and dismiss this man, kids, and Elena. And that's so sad. Yeah, we want to know what Smokey did, girl. Oh, here you go. Yes, she is definitely strong, vibes queen, very strong and brave. Like she said, it took her courage. This happened 5 years ago. She's been enduring this abuse for 4 to 5 years now. And now that she decided to start telling her story, but in a minute we'll hear a little bit more of Elena. She's up next with part 7 and 8. I was trying to make it a 10 part today, but I wasn't able to clip everything. I knew I should. I got to stop trying to be top, but I want to be here at 9. I'm a 10 o'clocker, y'all. So I do apologize for those that have to go to bed early. I'm a 10 o'clocker. I'm a mother, single mom. I got work, got things to do. I want to do well on this platform. So I'm a 10 o'clocker. So I do have a live schedule tomorrow for 9. When we get off of here, I'm changing it to 10 because I don't want to have, people waiting. But the grandma got to, now that I feel like now the grandma got to know by now. If not, I don't know how she don't know. The baby done went viral. I'm quite sure the mom probably calling trying to protect. Because when I say they went playing in that baby chat, I had to break it down because she was like, "It's a lot of y'all. Oh my gosh!" She was trying to read all the comments and she couldn't. And I was reading along with them. Of course, they was saying, "Hey, CPS." They was tagging the news stations. They was tagging stuff in North Carolina, like people trying to help her. And y'all talking about Smokey right there. I'm just trying to make sure I'm caught up with everything. Yeah, I remember asking about the father's name. Okay. All right. Let's see what this say. And the Sydney is a Bitch because he came outside. He didn't come outside. Like I didn't. It's more parts to that story. I'll bring that part tomorrow about how Sydney bitch down. And y'all know I don't like to curse too much on my little lives and stuff. But yeah, he had bitched on down. Okay, you don't hear. They stopped playing it now. Thank you. Thank y'all. But they finally stopped playing it. Because literally they had just came home slamming the door right before I was getting ready to go live at 9:30. I'm like, oh Lord. And I knew they love music. And I knew they was about to play something, but they didn't. Mocha said Sydney looks like Marquita boyfriend. Wonder if they are related. And I remember, I think I skipped that comment. Y'all know I got short term, but my long term good. Raquel, I remember you saying she reminded you of Nazaya a little bit when I was playing her clip earlier. But anybody could be related up in here in Detroit. Detroit is a big city, but it's small. And I know that firsthand because like like that group I always tell y'all about. Like it was a bunch of groups here on Facebook for Detroit, and everybody is all the same people. Everybody the same people because it's small. Now, oh wow, he is. I didn't know he was. Yeah, Smokey from Detroit, remember? And that's how he Motown all that. He went right there to the school down the street, Northwestern. Thank you so much, Drea. I appreciate you. Yep, lying on her own seed. And now, when we hear from the sister tomorrow, this is Elena's sister by her real biological father that is no longer here. He's deceased. She said that the mom is jealous of the baby. And so for me, this is my diagnosis. She had Elena at 14 or 15. I feel like something happened to her growing up that, or she was also a fast little girl. You know, they led her to be a fast little girl. And now she's portraying her behaviors onto Elena. Because me looking at that baby, I can just look at her and tell she's innocent and pure. She's articulate. I'm telling y'all, if y'all go find her name is just Nae Nae on Facebook. And I think the page, because I went back today to try to see something, I had to get all my footage from Lisa. Shout out to Lisa Carter on Facebook. I appreciate you. But I had to get my footage from over there. But at the end of the day, I believe she had to, like the mama got hold to the account. But I'm gonna try to continue to check on Nae Nae and see what's going on. That's what her nickname, but her real name is Elena. Now, Mocha said I want to speak with someone that's gonna expose Sydney, which will expose that mama. We got to do our research, Mocha. We got to do the research. I got to dig in a little more. I've been a little busy or whatever. You know, it just happened last night around this time. Maybe, you know, she was live around 9, 10 o'clock last night. Now, if she getting benefits, that's why they keeping them. I'm not sure. They are married, but that don't mean nothing in Detroit. Married couples still can get some benefits and all that stuff. Not sure, you know, but I'm gonna do some research on that. But she's keeping the other boys base. She had all of them. She would have kept Elena too and let Elena continue to get abused had Elena not start speaking up. You know what I'm saying? She because on the little clip, which I didn't think to screenshot initially, this was going on last night, and so Lisa tagged, of course, Elena, and she also tagged Delilah saying the mom, and it was just a post, maybe about a good paragraph of a post, her defending herself and basically saying Elena was lying, and I didn't take that screenshot, and I'm upset I didn't because now she done removed it. Now let's see. Mocha said, Rock, that's why I was thinking too, keeping the others for the benefits. It could be. It might be, you all. I'm not sure. But one thing about Detroit, they will give you some benefits. They sure will. They sure will. Okay, I'm down to the bottom of my comments. So we're going to play part 7, which will be Elena. Thank you, Platinum, for my traffic lights. Another Shannon girl. I don't know who Shannon Marquita. I ain't really keep up with Nazia's story the way I should have. Now, or the lady that left her kids, like, because I had so much going on, and I'm similar to Vibes Queen. Like, this stuff gets to me. Y'all seen I was damn near crying trying to read the stuff. I can't handle too much of that. I like to be fun and positive, but I was like, okay, I can handle one day of, you know, some strenuous stuff, which is my Mondays, but I had to bring this out today. Oh no, you missed what I missed. What receipts I miss? Y'all know my short term. When I say my short term fucked up, y'all know I be smoking that good old good. But tell me what I miss, Vibes. I probably just said it too, and that is a shame. A whole shame out here. Yeah, we got part 7. Elena's part 7 is only 1 minute and 26 seconds because I didn't record the last maybe 10 minutes of hers or 15 minutes of hers because she was just answering a few questions that she had already stated. So you know how people come in late and nope, you staying out there, Gangsta Kitty. Gangsta Kitty is outside and he is not getting in right now because Gangsta Kitty been playing on my top. Keep running out every time I open it.
Over anybody. What exactly happened? It started when I was 10. When I put it in the status that I made, I put it in that post, and it started when I was 10. I told my dad what was going on and how much he hit us and made us feel like we was never enough for that family, and he was ready to get us out of there when I told him that. At first, he was real skeptical. My dad was definitely skeptical because it do sound like because I've always been a daddy's girl. I've always been attached to my dad. But when he realized that I was telling the truth, like, I was a 10-year-old. I didn't read books at that time. Like, I played Roblox and all that kind of stuff. I was a 10-year-old, and I was explaining in real good detail. He realized I am not lying. And so he was like, yeah, I'm going to have to get my kids up out of there. And I guess they used that against him. They definitely used that against him. And Mom lied and said he had a firearm on him when he knocked on the door, told her to give him his kids. He lied and said he had a firearm, and the firearm was in the seat next to me. I literally looked at it and I was like, oh, let me just leave that alone. Because I know what they can do. I've seen videos, I've seen awareness posts.
I'm sorry, y'all. I end up letting Gangsta Kitty in. Yeah, talking all that trash, and now he crying. But yes, it is very upsetting hearing about the kids, animals, and the elderly. Here they go with the music again. But I'm gonna go ahead and play her last little 2 minute clip of what else she said, and then we'll get back to the discussion, okay? Because it was basically just her basically thanking everybody and leading there. But I want her, her story out here. So we're gonna play it, part 8.
And my venting place, like other than me writing, yes, I am saying, other than me writing, the most I do is go to my dad. I talk to my dad about literally every single thing. That is, yes, I have made a police report, but they still send me back. That's everything that I do is go to my dad. Everything that happens, even stuff that I don't have to do with this situation, I go to my dad because he is the most reliable. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. I'm really blanking out. I seen my dad was last year in September. October. He brought my Halloween costume to me, but then my mom took me home the next day, and I had to have Halloween here instead of I was with my sister at the time. She lied. That's another thing. She lied so much. She lied and told my sister. I was staying with my sister. She lied and told my sister that she was going to take me to a doctor's appointment. Put me in that car and drove me all the way here to North Carolina, from Michigan to North Carolina, a whole 10-hour drive, no stops. Yeah, reliable, trusted adult. Thank you. I tell my dad everything. I tell my dad anything I can, anything that's on my mind. I call my dad. My dad is my most trusted person that I know. Yes, they tried to charge my stepmom with kidnapping because I ran away. When I ran away, I ran to my stepmom because I didn't know what else to do. I knew that day I had got in trouble. I knew that something was going to go wrong that day. And so instead of going home and allowing the abuse to happen like I did for the past 3 years, for the past 4 years, 5 years, however many years, I called somebody that I really trusted and ran away. Like my brother did. My brother ran away too. He was tired of it, but he didn't even know my dad's number, and I felt so bad because I know how much he wanted to get out of that situation. It's a lot of y'all. I appreciate all of y'all's support.
Okay. Yes, girl. I hope I be okay. Yes, it's thumping and bumping, y'all. Y'all know I stay in it's called a 2-family flat in the hood, y'all. So it happens. I hope I be okay. And luckily, I did get an hour, 13 minutes, and 7 seconds in. And I thank all of you all for being here. And she is very smart. And hopefully, like you said, Raquel said she's a smart kid. She's going to help a lot of kids find their courage to speak up. And that's all it takes is one voice. One voice can lead to another voice, can lead to another voice, more power. Yeah, definitely another set of kids let down right here in Detroit, Michigan. Now, and it's like you all know I'm from Augusta. Well, I'm from all parts of Georgia, but the last place that I lived before I moved here was Augusta, Georgia, and it's a lot going on down there too. So I might bring a story or two from there sometimes on my um, Mondays, and because Detroit can get heavy, but Georgia heavy too. But it's some facility that these little girls keep running away from down there, as they have done from the Vista Maria up here, some behavioral centers where a little girl is lost right now in Augusta, Georgia. No, not Augusta. She's in Dublin, Georgia, I believe, one of those cities. And she ran away, her and 2 other girls. Nobody reported it from that facility. No news coverage. The mom out here, all trying to get her story out through social media. Let's see what's going on. Thank you for my traffic lights. Girl, I have been here almost a decade. This is year 9. Coming up until, I want to say, I'm about to probably run in year 10 soon. But I've been here, basically my daughter basically has grown up here, but I'm not from here. But one thing I have done while raising her here, I first of all kept her safe. I haven't allowed no man to move in on us, do none of that stuff, none of that, da da da. I if I I've went on some dates. I told you I was a serial dater about 3 years ago, but those was breakfast dates. She was at school. She didn't have to film. I've done all that, and we party in the suburbs. She go to school in the suburbs. All her friends in the suburbs. My baby go to rich people parties. She was supposed to go somewhere on Mother's Day with her friends, but she told me today they canceled. But my baby go to rich people parties. The last party she went to 2 months ago, it was a party bus. They drove to an arcade. She turns up. So she got a couple of Detroit friends, but they go to her school, so we trust that. But let's see. That's why Vibe said. That's why I've always been a hovering mom, and I don't regret being this way. Nope, don't regret it. And I try not to shelter. I try not to shelter my kid. Now, it's a balance. It's where I'm protecting you, but I still allow you to do age appropriate things in safe places. Where she getting now where I don't have to supervise as much no more. But either I'm there, another parent is there. Like she ain't never been to the movies with just a group of friends alone. Is always one of the parents signing up. We ain't got to sit with them, but we here, we watching. The mall. We'll let y'all roam around, but we in the food court. We FaceTiming you. We protective, but I know she got to grow up. I don't want her not to know. I don't want to be sheltered and get out there and this whole world is vindictive, crazy, and all that. But I've been teaching my baby about life since she was a baby, since she was little, even with games. You know how everybody play games with their kids and they let their kids win. Not mine. I'm winning because I got to show you how to lose at home. I've been trying to get my baby that skin she need. Now she can finally beat me in the games and stuff. So, and but I teach her to be a good sport. It's all about how you pour into these babies. Now let's see. Mocha said, "Open. What do you do about Jehovah Shalom Church with Bishop Herman Stacy?" Um, well, you asked me what do I know about it. I know nothing about that church. My church is Citadel of Praise in the hood of Detroit, off of Hayden and Linden Drive. I don't know nothing about that church. I've been here 10 years, but I pick my one. That's how I stay safe for one. I don't go to clubs. If I go out, it's with the SDID group, and they have meet and greets. And I didn't even go to the last 2 or 3 meet and greets anyway. They'll have meet and greets every 2 or 3 months, always in decent locations. Like we have a picnic. It should be coming up, I believe, June 21st. And I'm gonna actually go vertical live there and let y'all see. It's gonna be downtown in a nice area. Let y'all see a little bit of what this group I always be talking about. But are you the same, Drill? Like I don't play around about my baby. One thing I do is protect her, but I allow her space and encourage her. My baby be having, and just remember I told y'all my baby was sick and they did all these tests and stuff. Like, and so she don't have thyroid, she don't have mononuclear, all these stuff. So pray for my baby though, because something going on because she don't feel good. And like her lymph nodes a little swollen or something. So I got to take her back to the doctor, y'all. But as we all know, I'm gonna bring the rest of this story out tomorrow. When I say it was so many moving parts to it, I couldn't keep up. So I'm gonna sit here tonight and clip what I can clip, upload what I can upload throughout the day tomorrow, and bring the rest of Elena's story. Elena is 15 years old. Elena is from Detroit, Michigan. Elena has been transported as of we're going to go ahead and say October because she said she had Halloween there. So she has been transported from in October 2024 to her grandparents' home in North Carolina, and they had no knowledge of this situation as of yesterday. And we're going to pray for Elena. Her siblings are still with her mom and stepdad. She has 3 brothers that she shared with the gentleman, 3 baby J that I showed, who seems to be a caring, passionate dad that loves his kids, but just happened to have a vindictive, baby's mom, my opinion, as we are here at Opinionated News. And thank you, Drea, for my traffic lights. Y'all know I be loving my little traffic lights. I thank you. But that's her story. So we're going to continue to try to see if she gets some justice, but it's a lot more moving parts. So we're going to continue to bring it out, as well as I want to bring out, I'm not sure if y'all watch, most likely y'all don't, but Michi, whatever his name is, or Michi TV, our Detroit interviewer out here, he's been getting a lot of flack, as he should. And I'm gonna bring that story probably next Monday on my open discussion Detroit, and try not to bring so much sad stuff. But they're not happy with Michi TV here in Detroit. They're not happy with him. They say he's just getting out there, just recording these people, and not bringing any resources. Sort of how they did Marcus, but at the end of the day, I know firsthand his is a little grimy and schemy. I like the way Marcus run his stuff out. I'm not saying that Michi should get out there, but he's not. Like she said, he shouldn't be just giving them crackheads the money and not offering resources, or not even the resources, but at least trying to pour into them and show them that they care. He just getting their story, clipping it for 2-3 minutes. And so it's one girl named Ashley. I forgot the name that she uses out there, but her best friend of like 20 years is speaking up for her. And so we're going to bring that story. Thank you so much, Drea. Thank you. So hopefully tomorrow I'll bring out a few more parts. We'll show more of the dad. We'll show her biological sister from her dad that is now deceased. And hopefully I can find and see if the mama done retracted. I'm gonna do some, research and dig and see, like, and Mocha probably gonna go and connect the dots and see who related to who and do all that. I can't go that far. I can't go that deep, cause this one got me tore up, and I'm just glad she's safe. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad she's safe, even though her mama did it maliciously. I know that the baby's safe for now, because like, it ain't but a 10-hour drive. So for all we know, after the live last night, they could have got in the car and took that 10 hours and got her, and she could be back in Detroit. I don't know. Yes, Mocha, I'm back every day. I am back. Well, no, I used to be every day. I'm gonna tell you how my thing go. Monday is open discussion Detroit. We get out here, we hold a discussion about a few stories that. So I've been following the London Thomas case as of 3 weeks ago. So that's our Monday story, and I bring a couple of more things with it. Tuesday is our out segment. So Monday is odd. That's the odd day. Open discussion Detroit. Tuesday is the out day. Open understands too. Now, Wednesday used to be my own day, Opens Wednesday News, but I never really did it effectively. So I have changed that to Open Reviews Everything. But tomorrow I will not be reviewing anything but this story. So I'll be bringing that next week. And when I say Open Reviews Anything, that means anything I see here on YouTube, some reality TV shows I see, we just got to stay tuned in for that story. Now, here where it gets a little nasty, Mocha. On Thursdays, we hold the old segment, the Opens Love Discussion, and we talk about any and everything. We done talked about the size matter. We done talked about polygamy. We done talked about dating over 40 in general. We've had some discussions on those days. But unfortunately, I may not be here. And then Miss Open loves to have fun. So on Friday, we have our off segment, Open's Freestyle Friday, where Miss Open get out here, host a few games, and we listen to some good music. Now, this week, the music might be cut to a minimum to a little bit after they kept striking me out last weekend, which was weird, which I think somebody was doing it behind the scenes. And on Saturdays, I'm off. I go to the beach house with Vibes Queen and play games and have a good time. And on Sunday, it used to be my Open Users Redemption segment, which is hour. But for summer, I'm going to leave, and which is like my testimony day. I'm going to leave that day off for a little while. Won't be here Saturday or Sundays since summer's coming. And, all the holidays like Mother's Day this week, Father's Day coming up next month, and all that good stuff. So I'm going to leave my Sundays open, as I am open. But those will probably come back during the fall time. But I get out here every day. When I do talk and speak, I rely something to me based on the story I'm telling. So I feel like I'm still telling my testimony, because that's why I'm back. A few months ago, I got in the car, cried, prayed with the church music, and I heard God tell me, you have to tell your story and get back out there. So that's why I'm back out here, Mocha. But I appreciate you. And I'm getting closer. Like, all I need is my people. And that's why I'm continuing to do my vertical lives. I gained from that one vertical live I did on Saturday that you was in, Drea. I gained 10 subscribers since from Saturday to now. And I'm appreciative of that, because Miss Open got out there, Mocha. I went down to a standoff, girl. I got there late, but I'm continuing to try to get out there. I'm going to get me some a shirt that says Opinionated News. I got a microphone in here, so I'm going to get my labels. so people know that I'm a real news person. So I can sort of be protected, even though I'm a street journalist, but not be protected. But I can get more stories. People want to open up more to me, even though I already have that aura that people want to talk to. Thank you, Platinum. Vibe say Sunday I would definitely be offline as usual and enjoying my day. Yeah, like Sunday, I'm with that vibes. Like definitely at least till fall, and I might not even bring my Sunday testimonies back. I might keep Sundays off because Sundays be hair day for the kid. A lot be going on. And let's see what else you had said, girl. I be stopping reading. I'm turning off my phone. I need a break without technology. And I ain't turning off my phone now. I'm gonna be nosy. I'm gonna be all on YouTube watching stuff. I'm gonna be on Facebook grabbing stories, but I would not be on here telling stories. Yes, girl, I got my boots on the ground. I'm gonna be stomping out here. Like I'm working hard. I'm putting my boots to the ground this time around. I will be monetized eventually. Ms. Open got the watch hours she needs because I privated everything. But I really want to try to see if I can get my monetization because these hours been adding up for me without having to unprivate all that stuff I did. I'm patient. There's no rush, but I would like, you know, I would like to go ahead and get there, but I'm not in a rush. You know what I'm saying? I want to do it legit. I want to do it right. I want it clean. And my whole thing is I don't want to get monetized on stuff that people say, oh, you try to go back and strike. No, I want my pure, authentic stuff that I have going on. Now, this summer, y'all give me about another 3 weeks. We're cranking up the opinionated news station channel. We'll be cranking that up. And that's where we're going to be being messy at. Y'all know it get hot in the summer. Last summer, I was out here acting up in these streets. So, as a subscriber though. And so we're going to act up a little bit during the summer on opinionated news station. I just want to find the right way to do it. Y'all know I'm creative, so I like to find, creative ways. But like I said, tomorrow, be here as we continue on with Elena's story. Thursday, Miss Open would not be here, most likely, because I want to make sure Friday is great. We're going to bring back Prices Right. And we're going to have all 6 of the games properly. We're going to have the wheel. We are not going to attempt Plinko because Plinko messed up my thing. So I'm going to find another good game to replace Plinko, even though I like the way Plinko, oh, you're going to play Plinko. Screw that, whatever my network do when I do that. But we're also going to play Name the Artist again. And then I'm going to go back to finish the lyrics. I don't know. Because I was thinking about Jeopardy again, but I don't want to do Jeopardy and Price is Right at the same time. I feel like those are 2 separate type of things. But, we about to get out of here in a minute. So I'm still here, y'all. You in the grocery, girl? I call it the grocery store. I'm from the country, girl. It's called the supermarket. That's that up north stuff. I'm in the grocery store. You're a whole vibe in chat. Girl, Drill be showing her behind. I love Drill little comments, girl. She be on everybody's ass. I was cracking up at a few of them comments. Them the comments that we're going to get to bring on to the opinionated news station. We're going to try to keep opinionated news clean as we can. I try to keep the minimum cussing. This is a place where everybody can still feel safe. Even if you don't like each other and stuff, I'm not going to let nobody get attacked here. Last time I was thrown off. I'm just letting stuff happen. No, I got it together. And even though she's not here tonight and she don't know I did it, I did make Mel moderator. I got Vibes Queen Mel, and then I got my 2 real people in my life, Mike and Zanae, but they're not really here all the time. Like Zanae got a new job. She works nights and stuff. And I think Mike might be in the bushes from time to time, but he ain't been here. So in backup spot, I got Vibes Queen and I made Contagious one or Mels. And but yeah, Raquel stay in the grocery store. She stay eating. You be eating good, Rock. You be eating real good. And I got to start eating better, more. Let me put that, because I've been gaining weight, but then it look like I'll lose it a little bit. But I can never get more than 130 pounds, and I just want to be 140. If I can get 10 pounds, so y'all pray that this summer I can gain me 10 pounds, and I'm trying to gain it the next month or so. So my bathing suit can fit right when I start getting out here in somebody water this summer. Gertrude, you're not gonna behave yourself, girl. No, you do be being good over there, but you be funny. Now, Vibe say I gotta get back to funniest comments of the week. Yes, get back to that. Drill, you will be on there for sure. I forgot to do it with the spotlights this week. That mean let me go see what you done posted so I can go comment. Because if I'm not on the spotlight this week, I'm acting up at game night. I'm throwing sand on everybody that was on the spotlight at game night next week. Y'all know I just be talking smack. But we have been here for 1 hour, 29 minutes, and 59 seconds. And I thank each of you for being here tonight. Now, I only have my little regular thank you song, which I'm going to be writing a new one soon. Give me some time. I know y'all probably tired of that song. But, it's coming. I'm going to write a new one. Okay, when you go live in Detroit, tag me in so I can follow the gossip. Okay, like you talk about my vertical lives? Because the last one I pulled up to, I was late, Mocha. I'm laying my ass up here. I'm laying up here and I'm watching King Roman News. Shout out to King Roman News. I had him on my TV for the Sound Off Saturday. But then I was on my phone scrolling. I hit Facebook and I seen Mark DeAndre say it's a standoff at Chicago and Hubble. And I know Chicago real close to me and Hubble ain't too far. So I'm like, I think that's close. But I sat there watching the standoff on the live and then I jumped up about 20, 25 minutes later, decided to drive down there. And as soon as I got there, I seen Mark walking, everybody walking across the big field. And I'm like, shit, but I did get a little footage, which it's okay. It gave me 10 attractions, 10 subscribers or whatever. And I appreciate any of my new subscribers. If you ever in the bushes, don't be scared to drop down. I'm really a genuine person and I'm very open and you will be welcomed here with open arms. So don't ever be scared to jump down and get in the conversation. The you in opinionated news is for you. But yes, Mocha. So when I go, I'm supposed to go to the thing Friday. I don't know what time or location yet. Just a news station said, hey, they're gonna have the second visual / balloon release for London Thomas in Redford, which is 10 to 15 minutes away from me, on Friday, May 10th, or whatever date. I don't think it's Friday. Maybe that might be Saturday or Sunday. I think that's is that Monday? Whatever day it is, I'm glad it ain't. Or it might be Friday. Let me check my calendar. Because I told my baby Friday I had to give her the updates about my life, like she's the parent. She be wanting, even though I don't be doing nothing. Where's my calendar? I don't even see my calendar in here, Lord Jesus. Oh, there it go. The 10th is actually Saturday. That's even better. I thought it was Friday. Saturday will be even better. So I got to find out what time it is on Saturday. And I'm going to be there. So look out for a notification. But I'm hopeful to lock in with a mom, a auntie, a dad, a sister, a first cousin, somebody of London's that's willing to, give me a little more information or sit down and actually have an actual interview with me, and I take my little equipment that I got. I ain't got much good equipment, but I know how to, I'm creative, y'all. I know how to create some stuff, and hopefully I can bring more inside scoop to you all. But one thing I'm fearless, I'm dedicated, I'm here, I'm going to continue to be here. Now, I have to miss a day or two right now, like this coming down to the last end of the school for my daughter. So she got a trip go on, stuff to do. And we got a concert Thursday. We got all this stuff. So I got to get through that. Summer, I should have a little more leisure to get out here and do something. Because I got 2 more great ideas that I don't know if I want to start a channel for or bring it to this channel or use the opinionated news station for that too. And it's a great idea. And I don't want to say what it is because I don't want anybody to steal it. And I know that I got the je ne sais toi. I can't say that. I think that's how you say it. The je ne sais toi to make it pop and happen. So let's see. I forgot I will find it. Y'all just holding little conversations. I've seen all that. Okay. Yeah, I seen all that. Make sure I ain't missing nothing. Thank you for my traffic lights. Thank you. I didn't see you up in here, Marcus. I was in and out, but this was very interesting live. Thank you so much. Yes, I was here. Go back since you was in and out. Go back in and out and catch the pieces you missed. Thank you so much for always stopping by and let me know you be in the little bushes. I appreciate you, Marcus. Y'all just speaking to Marcus. Okay, appreciate you. All right, Drill said, Marcus, when are you going to stop letting that dead? We ain't going to talk about that. We're going to leave that alone. We're going to say that for the opinionated news station channel, Drill. We're gonna leave that alone. Yeah, you know Marcus ain't gonna answer that. Detroit needs to be sanitized, sprayed, prayed upon, baptized. Girl, we need to be in the land. But you know what? Like I say, I'm safe here. You know, it's some good parts, and I'm gonna show y'all those good parts this summer. Like we warming up, but we ain't warming up. You know what I'm saying? Like we have a good old 70-degree day, but then we'll go back to a 40-degree day. And so Sunday and Monday, Saturday it rained, Sunday it rained, Monday it was cold again, but it's supposed to heat back up this weekend. Okay, let me see how they say it. Je ne sais quoi. You, Rock, you see, you my twin flame. I told you that. You broke it down just like je ne sais quoi. I'm weak. But thank you for my traffic lights vibes. I thank all of you. So we're gonna be moving right along out of here so I can get some more content for you all and try to work on at least one or two of my games for Price is Right. Because that's gonna take the most of my time. I deleted everything out of my StreamYard except for this to make sure that I don't play nothing I played last week, and I'm gonna go try to find a better platform where I can hope don't get copywritten. I don't mind getting copywritten for the music after the live end. I know how to fix that. I don't like being in the middle of a show and it gets shut down, you know, illegitimately. So I'm gonna try to find stuff that ain't copywritten or whatever, but I doubted it. And I'm not gonna bring my little ghetto trap music. I'm gonna try to I'm gonna try to get in the air with these not younger people, but find some better hip hop. I ain't with all that rap, but some better hip hop from like the 2020, 2021 era. Might go back a little bit to 2018 or something, but I'm gonna try to bring some music because I noticed. Shout out to Brett Brat. She had came in last week, but then I played a couple of songs. She's like, I don't know this music, so she got up out of here. But I like things like that, so I know what to do, what not to do. Y'all know I'm here for y'all know I'm here for all the criticism, like you know. And Miss Open gonna be doing her hair soon. Y'all ain't had no time, so y'all gonna continue to see my little head wrap. And this is not a t-shirt, and this is a real head wrap, okay? So y'all gonna continue to see my little bangs and head wraps for a little while till I get some time to do my hair, cause I supposed to been braiding it. But oh yeah, game nights. Thank you, Raquel. Game nights be litty on they do. And I just want to toot my own horn because before I started my block parties in October, um, it was just drama, 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 drama. And so I'm glad to have been a trendsetter out here and start spreading. And I hope more people continue for their community, even if I don't go over there or nowhere. Do some fun things with your people. Everything don't have to be sad. Everything don't have to be drama. Everything don't have to be, do some fun stuff for your people. And not just when you make a milestone. Like, do something once or twice a week or once every other week. Try to bring something else to y'all platform, okay? Some fun, some entertainment, some spice. I'm tired of the drama and fighting for real. I can't handle it. I can't handle because I be ready to pull up on some feel y'all and y'all ain't even doing nothing to me. Yeah, but I be ready to fight. Oh man, I enjoyed the music. No, we're gonna have I like that music too, Raquel. We'll bring it back another week, but I like my old freak nasty music. Y'all seen how I came back and my little head scarf was twisted, the bang was flipped up, girl. What Open said ain't a t-shirt. um, Mocha said thank you for a great content tonight. Thank you, Mocha, for being here. Yeah, come do it. Like, bring something to fun. Like, I like fun stuff. I'll do the drama here and there, but I really don't like to do the drama. And that's why I had created this channel because I'm like, I'm over here being a cyber bully, fucking with people. I ain't no cyber bully. I ain't even a bully in real life. I defend I defend people against the bullies, even though I'm small. I have ran up on some 6-foot big ass bitches, y'all, about my friends. I don't care. You can knock me out, do whatever, but like, don't do that. So I had to release that tension, and I'm glad I found a new avenue because I was upset at first. I was like, because I thought my idea was great, and that I couldn't do what my original news. But I like this better, to be honest, you all, because it used to take a lot of time. Even though it takes time to get this content in here, it used to take a lot of time to be on all these people platforms and upload all this stuff and make my news and talk it out and do all that and edit it properly. So, I did that. So when I do get on my opinionated news station and start doing some ratchet stuff, it most likely gonna be a little video form, but me being on live like this. And so I thank all of y'all, but we're going to get out of here. After 1 hour, 39 minutes, and 33 seconds, we just have our regular little good night song. But be back here tomorrow at 10, not 9. I'm going to go change that. And I'm actually going to change my thumbnail to a new thumbnail with this story. But I'm going to change my thumbnail. And so be back here tomorrow at 10. We ain't going to worry. Let me tell y'all about Shannon Sharp, though. We ain't going to worry about him. Shannon Sharp, of course, had that allegation that happened. Somebody suing him for $50 million in a civil suit. Now this other lady that he used to talk to named Michelle, not the Michelle he was screwing on Instagram, but another Michelle from 2002 to 2010, they dated, a Caucasian lady. And she so claimed that some stuff happened with her. Shit like that pissed me off because there's no way that something gonna happen to me and I'm gonna even go that night or the next day without retaliating, voicing my opinion, calling the police, making it happen. And so don't come out, if it happened in 2010, don't come out 15 years later saying I did something when you heard somebody else say they did something. If somebody did something to any of you all, say it at that time. Don't wait a month, 2, 3 weeks. Get it off your chest then. Anytime somebody wronged me, if I can't get it that day and say it, the next day I'm on it and it's squashed from there. In any form. So y'all do that. That's the whole thing. Even when I cut my stuff down, I still was able to do vibes and have the Billy Goats under the moat and stand up on the hill far, far away. And I appreciate you for being a good sport vibes because you didn't know who I was from a can of paint or anything, and you didn't even know I was over there acting up. And then we over that. But at the end of the day, I miss doing that though. Like it was fun for me because I like to work my brain. So we're gonna leave Shannon Sharp alone, y'all. We ain't gonna not leave him alone, but I ain't gonna bring that story. We're gonna bring the rest of this out. It shouldn't be so sad. I don't have to read much of her story anymore. We're just gonna listen to what the sister got to say, some more of what the dad got to say, and anything that I might find tonight. And that lady looking for a check, looking like an albino lion in the face. Who looking for a fucking check? Y'all know my brain messed up. 2025, we on a new page. What albino? Raquel, I'm not fucking with you. You got me spitting at everything, girl. Who is an albino lion? Hey, DJ J. Oh, I'm Dr. J. I just seen the D and the J. Hey, Dr. J. Welcome. I believe you may be a new subscriber. And if you are, I appreciate you. You did miss this live because we have been here for 1 hour, 42 minutes, and 27 seconds. But you can catch the replay and join us tomorrow as we do continue this conversation. But I thank you. I thank you very much. So now you all, it is time getting out here for real. I just wanted to go ahead and say that little bit about Shannon Sharp since I won't be bringing that story out. And I was going to be more in depth with it and related to me because, it was open understands too. So I was going to do some relatable stuff. But this story was way more important. Elena wants her voice to be heard. And that was her title. I want to be heard. And we're going to make sure she's heard here at Opinionated News Station where the U is for you. So any opinions you have, feel free to bring them. And, don't be shy. Don't be shamed because we don't carry shame this way. But I am going to click this end stream. Thank you for being here at Opinionated News for the out segment. Open understands too. Come in because we're always open. And I thank each and every one of you all. And you all have a great night.
Breaking through the static, no filter, no breaks. Opinionated news, yeah, we're raising the stakes. Truth on the move, no slowing us down. We're jamming the traffic, taking over the town. You hit that button, now you're in the ride. No detours here, we're shifting the tide. Like it, share it, spread the fire. Subscribe today, take the movement higher. No stop signs, no red lights. We're jamming the traffic, turn up the mic. Headlines roll, but we cut through the spin. Loud and clear, let the real talk begin. Thanks to you, we're breaking the mold. Opinionated news, fearless and bold. You hit that button, now you're like it, share it, spread the fire, subscribe today, take the movement higher. No stop signs, no red lights, we're jamming the traffic, turn up the mic. No backing down, no slowing the pace. We flood the streets with truth and grace. Every click, every view, every voice, every stand. Together we rise hand in hand. So here's to you, the fearless, the proud, opinionated news. We're speaking loud, jamming the traffic, breaking the chain. Like, share, subscribe, let's do it again. Turn up the mic. Headlines roll, but we cut through the spin. Loud and clear, let the real talk begin. Thanks to you, we're breaking the mold. Opinionated news. Fear at the mic. No backing down, no slowing the pace. Slowing the pace. We flood the streets with truth and grace. Truth and grace. Every click, every view, every voice, every stand. Together we rise hand in hand. So here's to you, the fearless, the proud, opinionated news. We're speaking loud, jamming the traffic, breaking the chain. Like, share, subscribe, let's do it again.